our 4 favorite proven Google Grant ads. These are the ads that we prefer to run. We always start with 3 unique ads for our clients. I'm going to share with you the 3 that we use, plus one bonus one that has been doing really well lately. And maybe Jesse, if he's still watching, he'll share some of his ideas, some of the things that he does in the chat, so we can just make this the most valuable for anyone watching this. So number 1 is you have to know the requirements. Before I go into the actual ads, you have to know that there are requirements to get these ads to run. You can set up an ad as soon as you get your Google Grant, set up the ad account, even verify it if you want. You can set up an ad, but if you don't set it up the proper way, the way Google Grant wants you to, the ad will turn on and it'll say the ad's learning, the ad's running, it's on, but it will not spend any money and it won't show up in people's results. And it won't tell you what's wrong. Okay. It's the most frustrating thing ever. Okay. If you miss just one, that's why I said our SOP is way too long. Because if you just miss one little checkpoint, it's not going to use the grant. It's not going to run the ad, and you're going to tear more hair out than you already are just in your regular pastor job. Okay. So know the requirements. You can just go to Google Grant ad requirements. In fact, let me do that right now. I don't have it written in my notes to do this, but I will read this off for you real quick. When you get in there, okay, number 1, you're going to target keywords. This is what people search into Google to find what they want, okay? So for example, church near me, that's a keyword or a key phrase, okay? You can't use single word keywords, so you can't say, hey, show this ad to people searching for church, okay? Not going to work. Can't be overly generic either, okay? Church near me is about as generic as you can get. Low quality keywords that no one's searching for, okay? This is a bad example because I don't have the data on this, but if you say, hey, we want to show ads to non-denominational churches with male pastors, okay? People aren't searching for that. It's going to be a low quality score, or it's going to be completely irrelevant. They're not going to like that. So you can't do that. You have to maintain a 5% click-through rate each month, which means basically people are clicking through to your ads. We haven't had a problem hitting that number, but if you are seeing, your account gets temporarily deactivated, it could be because not enough people were clicking through. The way you do that is, of course, you make a compelling ad. You make it valuable, you make it relative, okay? If you create an ad for your church and you say, hey, go target people that are searching for whatever, wood shops, and you say, show our church there, they're not going to click through, right? That's a terrible example, but you got to make it relative, and you got to make sure that people will want to click on it, okay? You got to track your conversions, meaning you got to set up, how do you know where people clicked, so that way you know that the ad is working, they took an action that you wanted them to take, fill out a plan of visit, fill out a web chat, visit a certain page even, all right? And then when you actually set up the ad, you got to have 2 ads, 2 ad groups, you got to have 2 site link extensions. There's a survey that you got to do. I don't even know about the survey, but it says must respond to program survey. So apparently we do it. So you got to basically just work in groups of 2. Okay. So just make 2. I know we make 2 campaigns. Each campaign is 2 ad groups. 2 ad groups has 2 ads. Again, if you never run ads, you're going to do some research on this. Okay. And if this sounds like a headache, you can understand why me and Jesse do this for churches, because it is a headache. And I'd rather you be in front of people than stuck behind a computer screen, okay? So you have to follow those requirements. So if you just search Google Ad Grants Compliance Guide, that'll take you there, all right? I can start to see why no one really walks through this process, because it's so boring. It's almost impossible to walk someone through. But listen to this while you're doing it, maybe, and that'll help you. Okay, so let me get to the actual Google Grant ads that we like to run. Okay, you have to know the requirements. Now let's go to the actual grants. Okay, now every church wants to do this, so we do it first right off the bat. When people are searching for a church, we call it warm traffic, meaning they already know what they're looking for. You just need to be present when they're looking for it. Okay, so you run an advertisement targeting the keywords church near me, churches near me, churches in your city, church in your city, Baptist church, non-denominational church, faith-based church, whatever keywords people are searching for. You basically say, hey, Google, whenever someone searches for this, I want our website to show up. Okay, very simple. Church near me. I think it's self-explanatory, but that's obviously the one you want. Okay. We call that warm traffic, or could even be hot traffic, because they know what they want. They're searching for something. We don't have to sell them on the idea of church. They already know they want a church. So show them a church that they'll want to go to. Okay. Now, when you write an ad, you're going to get a headline and you're going to get a description. Now, this is going to be unique for your church. Okay. You write unique sermons, you create unique worship sets. There are no Sunday school teachers like your Sunday school teachers, right? God has uniquely equipped you to uniquely reach a unique group of people. Therefore, you should have a unique headline that reflects your church and accurately represents who your church is. Okay. So don't just say welcome home. Services Sunday at 10:30. Okay. No one's walking around saying, oh, I need a church that meets at 10:30. Okay. No. Okay. What is it about people that you or Jesus through you, how you can help them, how you can serve them? Okay. That should be considered when you write your headline and your description. Now, the great thing about Google is you can give them multiple ideas and they'll run with the best one. Okay. So you could do services in Florida City, starting at 10 a.m. Okay. You could do a watch live, right? I have one client, more people are clicking when they search for churches near me, more people are clicking on their live stream than their actual, like, let's plan a visit in person. So every church is unique, but yeah, when people are searching for churches, you should be there. So that's the first campaign you want to set up. All right. The next one is kids resources. Okay. There's usually a lot of people searching for kid stuff, kids activities. Even in some places, I know there's one in Central Texas, Mother's Day Out, I think is what it's called. There are people that actually search for that, which I can't imagine people know what they want, but they want that. And the church has that program. So kids resources, their church shows up there. Okay. So you can target kids activities, summer kids activities, free kids camp for VBS, even kids discipline resources if you want, whatever that is. We'll get into resources later. But you can have your kids ministry webpage show up as a search result when people are searching for stuff for the kids. Okay. Again, you got to make it valuable and relatable. So don't put your main church website to show up when people are searching for kids activities. Okay. At the very least, make it your kids page, and it's got to be valuable. Okay. It can't just say, we love kids. We'd love to meet your kids. Daycare available, Sundays at 10:30. Like, that's not helpful. Okay. That doesn't give me anything. It just tells me about you. Okay. But instead, share with me the importance of my kids, that you understand the importance of raising them up to be good people, that it's hard being a parent. And this is one of the ways that we can raise up our kids in the way that we can go. And these are the opportunities you have to connect with us and our kids to help us parent and raise our kids, right? Be something valuable. Don't just blast information out there, okay? And not only that, give people something to do. So again, this is where your kid's webpage on your website may not be good enough to run a Google ad to, because you're just getting people to click through and read some information and, oh, well, who cares? Okay? You want them to do something. Give them a form to fill out. Give them a resource. Click here to download 10 things to do with your kids on a rainy day. Click here to download this article about, what does the Bible say about disciplining your kids? How far is too far? Whatever the resource is, get them to give you their information in exchange for a resource or in exchange of something, right? And that way you can actually start the relationship because of the Google ad. You don't want to just put the information out there. You want to inspire people to connect with you. And that's what this is all about. The third ad that we like to run, and again, this is unique for every church. This is my favorite, and that's resources. Okay. Not just pointing to a resource page, but saying, you know what, we have this devotional, we have this prayer guide, we have this sermon series on one topic. It was a huge success, so to speak, and more people need to see this. Okay. So for example, let's say you're talking about love and marriage. All right. So when people are looking up marriage counseling, divorce counseling, which be careful with that, husband-wife activities, what does the Bible say about marriage? What does the Bible say about divorce? Whatever people in your area might be searching for, you can have that resource show up to people that are searching for that in your area. All right. Again, it has to be valuable. You can't just throw up your divorce care webpage and say, hey, with divorce care, we care. Wednesdays at 5:30. Like, that's not valuable. Okay. Share with me something that's going to relieve the pain that I'm feeling. Something is keeping me up at night when I'm searching for this. Therefore, provide me an answer to this. Provide me some, even if it's not the solution, right? Provide me a path to the solution. Okay. Other resources we've done, Pastor, you've probably written something. Okay. That can be turned into a little ebook or article. You can run an ad to target to that resource. Okay. And again, you got to be a little bit creative. Look at how God's equipped you, but you can run ad to those resources and make it valuable. Don't just run to your church website. It will not work as well as you think it is. Okay. The last one is any ministry projects you have. If you have a free clinic, if you have a food pantry, again, school supplies, events that you have like block parties and stuff. Those are a little bit harder because you just kind of target events in my town. But you can get away with that as long as you have a dedicated page to send people to. Okay. Don't just say, hey, we got a block party coming up in 2 weeks. Click here to learn more. And it just takes me to the front page of your website. Take me to an event page. Take me to a ministry page. Take me to a sign up page. Take me to do something that's valuable and relatable to this actual campaign. Okay. So those are just a few of the ones that we do. Now there are some more unique ones that we can do for churches that we've done for churches. But for most churches, one of these four are going to work, or three of these four, or all four of them are going to work. Once you launch the campaign, you just keep an eye on it. What clicks are people clicking through it? Are enough people searching for it so you can show up? Is it spending the money? If it's not spending the money, you probably didn't set up the ad right. And again, like Jesse said, it's a lot of work, but Jesse in the chat said it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it because this is how you be known. So you're not just a church, but you're the church that provides help when marriages are on shifting sands. Okay. You're the church to help when people need benevolence. You're the church to help when I can't figure out these darn kids. I wasn't ready for this. Okay. You could even be the church to help with crisis pregnancy resources if your church is equipped to do that. Right. So that's, those are our favorite Google Grant ads. And listen, when we've heard this several times, when we run these ads, okay, we launch these ads, starting from the church near me ad, but even going into the resources, the kids ministry, whatever ads we run, constantly we're hearing, what did you do? The faucet is turned on. We're seeing new people every week. Okay. Seeing new faces every week, seeing new people every week. We're getting more guests than ever, right? This is why this is the start of what we call the momentum multiplier, because if you just have a pretty website, all you're going to do is get people who are already looking for a church. If you just have a pretty brand, a pretty logo, all you're going to do is get superficial people who are just looking for the coolest new thing. They're going to come and go. They're church shoppers, okay? But when you actually create something like this advertisement to speak to people where they are and introduce Jesus and your church as the path to their relief, to abundant life, to everlasting life, to fill that gap that they've been trying to fill with other worldly solutions, right? That's when you create a presence that says, I don't know what that is, but I need to go to there. This is not what I thought it was going to be. And this is where you get people coming to you because you're not just a church saying, look at me, come to our service, but you're a church saying, we care about your kids. We care about your life. We care about your well-being. We care about your marriage. We care about the food in your pantry. We care whether or not you even have Thanksgiving dinner, right? You want to be the church that cares about the community and wants to impact the community. And if you just say, look at us, come to us on Sunday, guess what? That's all people are going to think about you. All right. So if you want to see new faces every week, the Google Grant is going to do that and give you that free ad spend.